right, 3, 2, 1, action. Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Cockpit Convos. This is your captain speaking, Jeff Britton. Hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate you tuning in. We're currently in the 757, flying about 4,500 feet over the Hampton Roads area, close to Suffolk Airport. You're across the state line, and today I'm excited to have Susan Geoghegan with us today.
Yep.
Exactly, and so she's got an amazing story to tell, and she's already warned me I might need some tissues today, which I got a softie for kids, and so I might need
I didn't bring any tissues.
Man, what we got? I see a sweatshirt. That might be
my sweater. Yeah.
That might be the sufficient thing today. But anyway, thanks for coming up today.
Thanks for
having me. I appreciate
having
you
me.
reaching out to me to tell your story, and I'm excited to hear it and also share it. And so, why don't you kind of give us the Susan Geoghegan story, man?
So my story. Let's see. I did I always have my talk track of you expected a life that I never expected I'd be flying over my hometown right now sharing my story. But hey. I grew up thinking I was going to do sales and marketing and communications and all the things, and 2.5 kids, white picket fence, the things.
Yeah, American dream stuff.
Right. And my life went in a very different direction. My husband and I have 2 children.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump straight
Go right in, man.
Because there's so many layers.
Okay.
We have 2 kids, Lorelei and Benji. Lorelei was born in 2016.
Okay.
And I was told she came 7 weeks early.
Okay.
Which isn't terrible. I know you said you're 26 weekers.
26, 28 weeks or somewhere there. Yep.
So not terrible, but then Lorelei came in. She was less than 3 pounds for a 33-weeker. She was below the 3rd percentile, and they were like, something's just not right.
Right.
Halfway through her 77 days in the NICU, we found out that Lorelei had something called FBXL4 mitochondrial disease. So rare that there's not really a name, but mitochondrial disease, think back to high school bio.
Right.
The only thing most of us remember, the powerhouses of mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells.
Right.
It's what make our energy to live and grow and thrive, and Lorelei's mitochondria didn't work properly.
Okay.
So
what was the indicator of that?
Well, she was dying the day she was born.
Oh my gosh.
She was tiny. She was not doing what normal babies should be doing, even as a preemie.
Okay.
They, oddly enough, it was rare disease day when we got our diagnosis, because Lorelei did things on weird holidays, which we later learned, but on rare disease day, we were told that she was the 31st documented case worldwide of FBXL4 mitochondrial disease.
Wow.
And that she would probably never walk, talk, or eat by mouth.
Oh, man.
That she had, it was a 25% chance of any future children having this for us, because my husband and I are both carriers of a rare recessive gene.
Wow.
And that she had a 2 to 5 year life expectancy.
Oh, man.
She's my first child, so this was my entry into motherhood. Not what I expected,
Sure.
Yeah. And then fast forward a little bit, in 2019, Benji was born, and Benji has the same disease.
Really?
Yeah. 25% chance. All the things I hated science.
Wow.
Now all the things I've learned about science in the last decade. So fast forwarding a little bit more, and we can go back into filling the details,
Sure.
but Lorelei ended up passing in 2021. She was 5 years old. My kids' lives overlapped for a little bit of time. On Benji's 2nd birthday, we're knee deep in COVID, and I thought it would be safe to take them to an outdoor farm, which is why I texted you this morning. I was like, hey, just making sure no viruses,
right,
we're good.
Right, sure.
We went to the farm, and I caught a head cold, and Lorelei passed 13 days later because her body was so far progressed with the disease that she couldn't she couldn't fight a cold and regulate her body.
Did y'all know that was the situation at the time?
We knew she was immunocompromised. We didn't know the gravity of which. We didn't know how it was going to play out for the most part. Being the 31st documented case, I thought they meant at CHKD, not like worldwide. I always like jump to the punchline of the story. I'm like, by the way, one's passed, one's dying. Like, okay, then we can go fill in all the detail, so it's not a shock to any listener at the end. But yeah, I thought she was, I thought we were going to prove it all wrong. Like,
be the outlier.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be the ones that. I mean, 31 cases. Like, that's not even a classroom. Like, you know.
And then worldwide.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So Benji's somewhere in the 90th because science is catching up.
Okay.
There's no cure for mitochondrial disease.
Wow.
There's not much a mom can do other than just pray. And a few years into this, my husband, I was like, I want to do something. My background is events and marketing, and like, what can I do? I know nothing about science. I can't find the cure, so I started planning events for Mito research.
Okay.
We started with floating down the Perquimans. Started with floating down the Perquimans River, so float for Mito cure.
Okay.
And my family then transitioned to camping for a cure because immunocompromised, and Lorelei loved water. Benji loathes water, so we had to transition there. But we have a bucket list, and we do all the things, and we raised awareness. And the last decade of my life has not been what I expected.
Wow. Are you able to stay home with them?
So I had a wedding planning business. I had that for 8 years, and I was in marketing. So for a while I was working from home. When Lorelei was born, I closed my wedding planning business because I didn't give two craps about what the brides were arguing over.
Of course.
Like, what,
perspective, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I loved doing that, but it wasn't fair to the brides, and you don't want to cross a bride, like,
or the mother-in-law, or the mom in that case, bride's mom.
So I was doing marketing. A few months after my daughter died, I lost my job. After working through the last 6 months of her life were just really, really hard. The disease had progressed to a point where we were in and out of the PICU every other month.
Oh my God.
And we knew it was progressing. We knew the science said a 2 to 5 year life expectancy, but again, I was convinced we were going to do it different. Like, we were going to be the ones that they named the disease after, you know?
Yeah.
She ended up, and then of course, being the planner, I had plans for once they told me my daughter was going to die from this disease. Like, I had plans of, then she'll have to pass it home with her dog and all of the things.
You're planning a funeral while they're alive.
That's
horrible.
I mean, but then me being who I am, like, Lorelei had the most epic funeral ever. It was like a prom. But we had plans, and then Lorelei, in true Lorelei fashion, was it Tropical Storm Elsa rolled into town on 4th of July and ruined everybody's plans. And Lorelei was like, no, if I'm going to die, it needs to be during a hurricane named after a Disney princess. So we were in the PICU, and the last day was just a lot of trauma. And at some point in that stay, I just knew she wasn't going to bounce back. She bounced back every single time. We almost lost her when we went to Florida. Nothing says Disney vacation like 3 weeks in the ICU. We never, like...
In Orlando?
In Orlando,
Wow.
And that's, like, part of why I wanted to do this with you today, is because, like, things like this is how you make memories. This is, like, experiences, and this is, like, you know, like, I've never been able to just fly over my hometown like this. And,
I'm glad they provided for you.
So, Yeah, we, through the last 6 months of her life, spent a lot of time in the ICU. And through all of that, my village showed up, whether it was through coffee or bringing pillows or blankets or food or whatever it may be. My village showed up and they kept asking, like, what can we do? And I was like, we're okay. But I see so many families around us that just aren't okay. Like, the caregivers are drowning. Like, we're sitting by our child's bedside, like, praying, and we're exhausted. And throughout all of it, my village was there, but, you know, especially being a military area, there's a lot of families that don't have the support that I have. I grew up in Chesapeake. I have been in this area forever. So when she passed, I started turning wheels and doing all the things, and I had already had a podcast called When Autumn Comes. It is a podcast that started in 2020 when we were all so isolated.
Right.
Medical moms are always isolated because of germs. And I became friends with a mom from Minneapolis, and we just started talking and recording our conversations. And then we realized other moms could connect with us, and then it grew and grew, and now I have an international co-host, and we have moms from all over the world joining our podcast, and it's really, really a way to just like bring us together. And for those who aren't familiar with the disability community, it's a cool way to learn about what we go through as caregiving families. So
if somebody fits that mold and they want to connect with you, where do they find that podcast?
When Autumn Comes is on anywhere you stream podcasts.
Okay.
We're branching into YouTube. I say that, but now podcasts are videos too.
Right.
So we're working on YouTube, but everywhere else. You can just look up When Autumn Comes. And the reason it's called When Autumn Comes is because we know that caregiving can be a very cold season.
Right.
And, you know, there's still the beautiful golden leaves. And, like, looking out here, like, I can imagine this is going to be even more beautiful once the leaves start changing here in a little bit.
Yep.
So, like, the days are long, but there's still the beautiful golden leaves and sunsets of autumn.
Yeah.
And then that led to the Apricity Hope project. AHP is a local, we're based in Suffolk, and our headquarters is now in Norfolk.
Okay.
We care for the parents of medically complex and disabled kiddos.
Okay. In what ways? What does that mean?
Well, there's so many organizations that like take care of the kids, like Edmark and Smile and all these incredible organizations. But there's not much support for the parents. Like, we're exhausted. We are the ones up all night. I mean, last night Benji was up like 3 or 4 times between taking care of his oxygen, his feeding tube, all of the things. Like, the parents are up and going, let alone hypervigilant all the time. I mean, you told me to look for birds.
Right.
I feel like that's just like, I'm looking for seizures. I'm looking for, you know, like this is the hypervigilance that we always have. And we started with care packages for the parents that are sitting in the ICU. There's nothing in our go bags for the kids. It is completely for the parents. And that led to, we just started NICU grad bags for parents who are leaving with medically complex kids. People often ask, like, so you started this because of Lorelei, and that's not, I started this for the version of me that sat in the NICU terrified.
Yeah. Started this for you.
Yeah, I started this for the version of me that wanted somebody to help me. And since then, I've had some moms come into, we now have a headquarters. It's a hot pink beach house in Ocean View. And we host retreats there. We host meetups. We have, it's a safe place for parents to come.
That's great.
So, yeah, because, like, we only see each other in the hospitals. So, like, it's really cool to have a space that's kind of, like, safe and pink and on the water. And it's a magical house that I swear Lorelei found for us. We had signed a lease on another property. It was about 2 miles from CHKD, and I thought, this is great. Like, the parents can just hop over and have some respite. And that was taken from us because I asked about service animals, and they said I was falsifying my lease, which isn't accurate because service animals are not pets.
Wow.
But it worked out because within 2 hours of them calling saying that they were pulling our lease from us, I was scrolling my phone and I was like, okay, Lorelei, if this is supposed to happen, you need to give Mama a sign.
Right.
And this hot pink house on the water was available. And it's like a little vacation house.
Cool. Perfect.
And, right.
The right thing was provided at the right time.
Yep, exactly. So now families come in. I had a mom. We do 1-day retreats. We do 4-day retreats. We have a whole lot of options. But I had a mom come in, and she came on scholarship. And she said, like Sunday morning, I kick them out because otherwise they won't leave.
Right, right.
She said, oh, I know where we are.
Okay, there's a wind farm.
Yeah, so my family is a little bit further.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
we'll
cool.
head that way, just for you.
Yeah, so she pulls me aside, and I was like, no, you got to go. Like, you got to get out. She's like, I just need 3 more minutes of your time. And she tells me that she said that, you just, 2 weeks ago, I was to the point where I figured out, like, her daughter had a trach and a whole lot of needs. And she's like, I figured out that I was going to abandon my daughter at the hospital because her needs are just so extreme. And I had a plan, and this is how I figured the hospital could handle her needs and all of the things. And
wow.
And she's like, you just saved my daughter's life. You saved my life. You saved her siblings' lives. Like,
that's what matters.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I don't know how thank you. I don't know how I got here. Like, I am still completely unpaid. I've been doing the Apricity Hope project for, this is our 3rd year now. And I am still unpaid. We're still a completely volunteer-based organization. And I love it. Love it. Had you told me 20 years ago I was at my prime, like I was in sales and making money and like traveling, and now I'm like a mom that never leaves her house and doesn't get paid. But I'm so with 1 dead kid and 1 dying kid.
Oh, man.
Like, how can you be like, you're so happy? But the only thing I can control is how I respond to this stuff. And there's beauty in even the hard days, which sounds like a really cheesy Hallmark.
No, but it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Attitude means it's really everything they say. But I mean, so you mentioned the Apricity Hope project, but you're also missing an opportunity to support it. You got some.
Yeah. So there's a few things. We are looking for businesses that want to be partners or make a difference. We have rooms in our house that are sponsored. So like the Noblemen, I know you've had a few of them.
Know them well, yeah.
The Noblemen have sponsored. We have a Noble room. We have Children's Therapy Concepts is a big supporter of us. So we are looking for businesses that want to like make an annual donation just to help us keep the lights on and help like moms like that come on scholarship. Right now, not to turn any part of this political or anything, but there's a lot of changes happening with Medicaid, and a lot of families like mine are losing nursing. And I've had moms straight up tell me, like, we can't pay. I only ask them to pay $250 to come because they have to have some skin in the game to come. Sure. But, they don't have nursing at home anymore for their kid, and they can't pay for nursing to come. And there's a lot of big changes happening in the world right now that are preventing caregivers from getting the support they need. And so if businesses are able to help support these families, again, sounds so cheesy, but I truly believe that in order to care for our kids, we have to care for the parents.
Right.
Because the parents are the ones that are up all night and doing all the things and organizing and yelling at pharmacies and insurance and all of it.
We talked about with that other project I took up too, and I don't want to split time with them because your episode, but it's the expense of it too. Staying in hotels, having to get the meals, all that stuff adds up for parents. Trial drugs, all that stuff adds up for parents.
All the medicines and like, gosh, if you want to increase the price of anything, just put the word disability on it, and they like charge so much more money.
Yeah, because they think the government's paying for it. but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are the ones paying the bigger bills.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just, it's a crazy, like I didn't know this world existed 10 years ago.
Right.
In full vulnerable confession, I was laying in the hospital before Lorelei was born and crying because they said they think something was wrong. And I remember crying, saying like, I don't want a special needs kid.
Right.
That's not the life I saw for myself.
Sure.
And, I would not change my children for anything. I would change the pain that the disease has caused.
Right.
Because this disease is just awful.
All right, so some of these major businesses you're talking about that you'd like to get donations from, how would they find you to do that?
So we are the Apricity Hope Project, apricityhope.org. We do have a big event coming up. Our annual event is called Camp Hopeful. We had last year 300 campers of all abilities come out to Holiday Travel Park in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And we camp. The DeLoreans are coming back this year.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a fun weekend, and we'd love to get sponsors and businesses that want to come and like meet our campers and volunteer. We need volunteers to help serve meals and things like that. The entire weekend is coordinated for families of all abilities.
Okay.
So they can find us at apricityhope.org on social media. And the other thing I need to share is that I wrote a book.
Okay.
And I started writing the book right after Lorelei died. But I realized that grief and all of the things, my brain didn't work the right way. I started painting when she died because my words just couldn't function. And then about a year ago, I started dabbling back into this.
Okay.
For her eulogy, I wrote 15 lessons from Lorelei.
Oh.
And I read that as her eulogy, and everybody afterwards were like, can you put that in writing for us?
Sure.
But the words didn't work, and
it's tough.
Yeah. So I painted, and then eventually the words started coming back, and I started turning her lessons into a book. But then I realized that there was more to it than just Lorelei, and that was more my story and finding myself through my daughter.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody thinks that they have like the most beautiful child. Like, I mean,
sure, we're all biased to our own kids, right?
I'm sure all
I got the most beautiful
authors,
granddaughter ever, by the way. So,
yeah, of course. And I'm sure all authors think that they have a really good book. This one's really, really good.
This one's legit.
It's really, really good. I had a review. So I launched it on 10/7. So Lorelei did everything on 7. 77 days in the NICU. She died on 7/7. She was magical. 7 is the number of wholeness and completion. So I do everything on 7s. So I launched it on 10/7. When we're recording this, it's been out for 2 weeks now.
Okay.
I've been sitting in the top 5 for Amazon category right?
Congratulations.
Top 5 in its category for 2 weeks now.
Great.
I'm really, really proud. I saw a review the other day, not to brag, but
that's what you're here for.
You said I get to talk about whatever I want.
You got it, baby.
I saw a review posted on Amazon that this is the most life-changing book under the Bible that somebody's ever read.
Dang, that's pretty strong.
How do you
I'm pretty strong about the Bible,
that?
so
I mean, so
wow.
It's really, really, I have no idea how I wrote it.
Okay. Okay. Hey, but you did.
I did, and Lorelei and God basically were like, okay, this message needs to be bigger than what you're doing. So this is like, now we have the highest ranking book in Suffolk right now. It's the highest book in Suffolk.
The highest
literally
book in Suffolk. 4,500 feet, ladies and gentlemen.
4,500 feet ranking book. The highest book in Suffolk.
Yeah, exactly, on a Tuesday.
We'll have to take a picture of that one. So it'd be like highest ranking book in Suffolk.
You can put the altimeter up here and you go,
yeah, so, we should do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, we'll do that.
But yeah, it's really good, and I'm going on a book tour, which I have no idea who I am. Like,
who is this gal?
I have no idea, but I'm going on a book tour. Next month, I'm going to St. Louis, LA, San Francisco, Kingston, Ontario, Montreal.
Wow.
It's all families of medically complex kids that have said, we want you to come and share your book and share your story and your nonprofit. And Really cool.
They're going to host you and stuff too?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah, and I hope Benji stays. Dude has to behave. He needs to stay stable. So Benji, since we talk about Lorelei all the time. I
was wanting to ask about him. So
Benji just outlived his sister. He is now 6.
Awesome.
He is a little tiny version of my husband.
Okay.
Lorelei was a colorful, sassy little thing, and I have no idea where she got it from. And then Benji is black and white, like my engineering husband.
Okay, got it.
Benji is completely okay watching Encanto every single day in the comfort of his home.
Okay.
But he is such a sweet. I cried when I found out, not that he had Mito, but that I was having a boy. I'm a Disney princess mom.
Okay.
And
there we have a boy in this place.
Now we have a boy, and I was so afraid he was going to like snakes and frogs and things like that. And he doesn't. He loves Disney princesses.
Hey, there you go. Good for him. Good for him, and good for you too.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, he's the sweetest. They always told me like boys love their mamas different than the girls do, and he's just the sweetest little bear cub.
That's awesome. So how's he doing? I mean,
he's stable.
Okay.
So Lorelei never had seizures. Benji struggles with seizures, and we are readjusting seizure meds and stuff right now.
Okay.
I feel like losing one child is bad enough. I know I will lose Benji. It's really hard knowing too much the second time.
Sure.
You know, like
you don't need to Google now.
And I had so much hope for her. And it's not that I have less hope for him, but I know how this disease works now.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know in the next few years, I will not have any children on Earth.
On Earth, you said a key word there, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so how do people find the book?
Right now, we're on Amazon.
Okay.
I have this book on Amazon, and I have Lorelei's kid version on Amazon. How to Live Like Lorelei. So Live Like Lorelei and How to Live Like Lorelei.
That's cool. Well, you know, before we land the plane on this conversation, and figuratively and literally, you know, if somebody wants to get a hold of you personally, are you comfortable sharing that, or is the best thing to just go to Apricity Hope?
Nope. You can find me. My website is SuzGeoghegan.com.
All right, spell that last name.
Yeah.
It'll be on the podcast anyway, but just
SUZ Geoghegan, GeoghEGAN, so nothing like it sounds. And then apricityhope.org, APRICITY, hope.org. And I didn't tell you what apricity means.
Okay, I was wondering about that. I didn't want to seem like a fruit.
No, so my background being marketing, like I wanted the perfect name. I wanted to find something that meant like two things can sit together at the same time. So like the grief of my journey can also sit with the beauty of my children. And like the really hard, crappy days can also sit with the fact that I'm incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
So I looked and I looked and I looked and I couldn't find anything. And then I found the word apricity, which means the warmth of the sun in the winter.
Ooh.
Because you know that feeling, like when it's bitter cold and the sun like hits you and you're like, ooh, I feel that.
Yep.
So Apricity Hope Project, we want to be the light and the warmth, because I know firsthand that this is a very cold, dark, isolating season for caregivers.
Right.
It is the darkest, hardest thing I've ever had to do.
For sure.
I feel like my job right now is to be the one that gets my kid as far to the gate of heaven as I can, knowing that like that's my responsibility right now, is to take care of him and get him to where he needs to be. There's a bird or a plane over there.
I got you. I see it. Thank you. Good job, co-pilot.
I mean, I may not pay attention if the camera goes out, but
right. I got you.
But yeah, I feel like this is a really cold, dark season, and it's my job to just be his support right now.
That's great. Always lucky to have you there, Mama.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have him. He's a little curmudgeon, but I'm lucky.
Well, we all are. Maybe you're the one, not him. So, well, you know, I'm really glad you're a person of faith, and so, you know, we'll keep a track of the situation and be praying for you and your husband as much as we are for Benji. Now, is Benji a Benjamin?
Yeah, so my maiden name is Benjamin Sun.
Okay.
And my way of handing down my name So his name is Benjamin. But in high school, all my friends called me Benji.
Okay.
So he got my name. He's Benjamin Michael. My husband's name is Michael.
Okay.
So it was a cool way to hand down my name to my son.
Yep. I have a Benjamin. My oldest is Benjamin.
Oh, yeah?
So, yep. And we passed down my middle name to him, and then my in-laws, my wife and my mom, both no sons.
Okay.
So their middle names, or their maiden name to our son's middle name. So
okay.
I get exactly what you're doing there. Cool little trick. Cool little trick. Well, I appreciate you coming up today.
Yeah,
Anything
I feel
else
like
you want to share with the crowd?
I just feel like I talked in circles. Like I have a podcast and I'm much better, but the whole time I'm like looking out, going, "There's no ground."
Yeah.
But no, this was really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you came up.
I'd love for you to buy my book if you're watching, and I'll even send I should autograph one from the air and we could like raffle it off. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, yes, I do have a pen in my handy dandy flight bag here.
I can autograph it, and then we can like
making it happen.
Yes.
Cockpit Convos edition.
Yes. Okay.
That's awesome. Nobody's ever autographed a book.
Nobody's ever autographed a book for you in the air?
Yeah, I'll make sure you get the camera on that. Let's make sure that's happening. That's cool. I had somebody give a discount code one time up here, but I've never had anybody autograph a book. Fantastic. We're going to have to give that away. In fact, we'll tag them to your spot.
Yeah.
Get a comment after you post this. It's whoever comments. Looky there. Look for opportunity always. Apricity always.
Yes.
Apricity always. Well, I appreciate you coming up, and y'all check her site out. And for those businesses out there who have the revenue and the resources, I mean, the other people I brought up, same with you. Those parents are struggling, and it's hard, and they can use all the support that you could financially provide to help them.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps us give a scholarship to a family to come and have respite, and
100%.
Camp Hopeful's just fun. Even if you can't support it, come, be part of it. The DeLoreans are always a good time.
Oh, it's a good time. Yeah, that's a great time. Well, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. When is it again?
Camp Hopeful is March 20th to 22nd.
Next spring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Plenty of time to raise some money and awareness, and again, I appreciate everybody tuning into that. Please look her up, look up her organization, and with that, we'll see you next time.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.